thousands of people tried for one of the prized places in the Contest of Champions.
I feel great. I was tired. I was almost losing my breath.
Those doing the shakes were there, and a few thought that they were participating in a funny face competition. Those who beat the whistle were one step closer.
Stamina, strength, and determination, I guess.
I now understand why it is written in the side that Gulder is all about rigorous.
And some learned that the word swimming means that you can stay on top of the water.
I tried my best. I swam.
Not my first time, please.
I guess this year is not mine.
I had tension. I have the ability. What it takes.
You know what it takes? It takes loyalty. It takes being yourself.
Gulder, watch out for me. I am coming into the bush to come and give you a thrill. I want to participate in Gulder Ultimate Search 8 because I'm a winner.
Because I want to be the champion of the champions.
At the VIP party, the final 30 were announced. While the audience were clapping, the would-be contestants were sweating.
Made from premium hops, the finest of barley, and the purest of waters for the final selection. A mango chicos here.
One by one, the ones going home were separated from the ones going into the jungle. For those going into the jungle, the happiness was huge. A kinship, a bond was formed. One that would soon be tested when they went to the jungle to compete against each other.
Join these people! You're going to the jungle! Yes! She is going to the jungle! Make some noise for him!
The arrival of Batch A in Ososo marked the start of the competition. And one by one, they disembarked to start their new life after being wined and dined.
Welcome to the moment of truth in the Gulder Ultimate Search Season 8, Contest of Champions. And so I see you all as potential champions in your own right. I'm sorry, I'm going to disappoint you at this moment because where you're going, you wouldn't be needing any of this.
They were stripped of personal belongings.
Here are 10 bags, rucksacks containing what we feel are the bare essentials that you'll be needing in the jungle. Good luck. Go this way.
They were off to find their accommodation for their stay in the jungle. For the first time, they were exposed to what lays ahead.
We had to walk, climb through all the bushes, the scratchy bushes.
This isn't a joke. It's for real.
When they finally arrived, there was very little joy when they saw their hotel, so they started building it.
To us, we believe we built that tent. But to me, I feel we've not built it.
Because if it rains, it's definitely get into the house and we'll all get wet. Our things will get wet.
Oh, this is cool. Awesome.
Hungry and wet, they tried to lift their spirits. There was even an attempt to steal some food.
What are you doing? I want to check the things and see what is available for what.
You guys should
tie it well.
Leave it.
Wait.
Even after they got fire, the food arguments didn't stop.
Sharing the food. I think the sharing formula is fair.
And Geraldine did well in sharing the food equally.
I like to be like you. I grew up.
And I feel good, I feel strong after like 3 days of no food.
I love you so much.
Yes.
Here we are on the very first day of our challenge.
The first challenge took everybody by surprise. Especially Kendi, who was the first to get a shower. They received food, but had no fire.
Where the food now?
See, help Geraldine bring up basket.
Oh!
Kende was depressed as the rest feasted on water and Gary.
This is a delicacy. We even eat abroad.
Go add water.
You need all.
Even though Promise was feeding Kevin, he still didn't like it.
With your dismal performance today as the first person to drop, you stand evicted from Gulder Ultimate Search Season 8.
Kende was the first evictee. A dramatic moment for all, as the reality of the competition started becoming, well, real time.
You are hereby evicted from Gulder Ultimate Search Season 8. Well, I guess, Ola, you are evicted forthwith from the Ultimate Search.
That was 3 down with 7 remaining. Only 3 could go through to the final. There was Kevin, Anastasia, Promise, and Geraldine. In a very difficult task, Kevin won by an easy margin, while the 3 women fought for the remaining 2 places, with none of them succeeding in crossing the rope bridge. Nope. Anastasia finished second, Promise third, and a very disappointed Geraldine lost out.
It's all right, Geraldine, put your chin up. Your dream to be part of the contest of champions, I'm afraid, is terminated. Let me have your bandanas. Go now. Now we have 3 champions going on to join the rest. By the Order of Heroes and the Council of Elders, I hereby ordain 3 of you champions.
Thank you, sir.
And tonight, Kevin, come forward and take hold of the Vizier's seal.
Yes, sir.
The champions of Batch A, Promise Ojegbe, Kevin Durst, and Anastasia Azike. With the first 3 winners from Batch A being announced, Batch B arrived for their time in the jungle. Everybody, of course, looking all smart and clean and enthusiastic.
Aha! Welcome. Are you ready?
Yes, sir!
You will follow this footpath for many, many miles. And sometime later today, you will come across a red flag planted into the ground. When you see that, that marks your camping site.
With civilization left behind, they started their journey deep into the jungle to see who had the strength, courage, and determination to end in the top 3. After hours of walking, they found the spot to build their camp. They greeted the arrival with a joyous celebration. There were lots of instructions given by lots of people, but the roof was still too high and not resistant to the rain, which led to some very depressed people in some very water-soaked clothes.
Do you, Chigozie Amambo, a.k.a.
Chigozie and Tony decided to have a jungle wedding.
Be lawfully hot.
They celebrated their honeymoon by both doing very well in the first challenge, even though they had to kick like donkeys. Kenneth didn't do so well, though.
Kenneth, you've stepped out of the block and stepped back in. You're hereby disqualified.
You failed today's task. At the moment, you are hereby evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Search.
Kenneth was the first to be evicted from Batch B. They had food, but no fire, so some desperate attempts were made to get something going. Anthony snuck off in the middle of the night to steal food. The second challenge was a vicious one, with Mary Wealth coming in last.
It's all right. It's okay. Don't worry about the orange.
You didn't do as well as a contender for the contest of champions. should do. Very well, you are hereby evicted.
This, of course, led to her eviction.
Kekelama,
Yes, sir.
you are hereby evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Surge.
Chigozie, so catch your breath. Oh, she's...
The next challenge again pushed the contestants to their limits.
Your last flag in the receptacle and stand by your flagpole. Obviously, this is it. And so your quest to be part of...
With Theodora being the next evictee.
Season 8 Contest of Champions ends right here. You are no longer worthy to continue. Chigozie, you are also evicted.
Like with Kikelomo, Chigozie's eviction was a surprise.
Calm down and...
During the final game, there was ample proof that GUS 8 is not just about brawn, but about brains too. Tony narrowly beat Sandra for the last open spot after Okechukwu came first, followed by Anthony.
Yeah, you killed it, man. This is it for you, Sandra.
Sandra was the fourth person to leave, which means that the three musketeers were the winners of Batch B and are going through to the final.
I pronounce you champions of Batch B. You are through to the contest of champions. As the winner of today's challenge, celebrate. Yes!
The winners of Batch B who will go through to the final are Tony Horsefall, Okechukwu Christopher, and Anthony Igwe. Then it was the time for the last group, Batch C, to come and compete.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Gulder Ultimate Search, the contest of champions. Before you, there's been Batch A and Batch B. Batch A and Batch B had only 3 contenders make it through, each into the contest of champions. Once again, welcome Batch C to the tenets of the jungle. Are you ready?
Yes, sir!
That's better. Step forward and pick your bag up. You may go to your camp.
With Anastasia, Promise, Keith, Tony, Anthony, and Okechukwu already having secured their places in the final, and Geraldine and Theodora being voted back in by the viewers.
All the same, we're still gonna get there and we hope we get there on time.
The final 10 contestants leave for the jungle.
Long ones.
Batch C turned out to be better at talking than doing.
I would not no, as in, who read architect? Who did read architect?
My boyfriend.
Your boyfriend?
Yes.
Who your boyfriend?
My boyfriend is an architect.
But when the first challenge started, things got serious.
The game is on.
Chimobin was the first to drop her arms.
Chimobim, you're hereby evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Surge.
And became the first evictee.
I tell you, and I mean it, and I can tell this one this.
You're not showing off.
You just want to talk. You just want to get noticed.
Batch C was very confrontational.
She should bounce, man, and I meant it.
Don't look.
In the final epic game, the guy who was accused of being a mama's boy came first, while the guy who arrived last to build his puzzle, Fijiro, came second. Yang squeezed through for the last place.
Don't look now, don't look now, don't look now, don't look now, don't look.
Got it! Yeah! Yeah! I give you the glory, honor, adoration, everything to you, God. I'm representing Jesus.
This is the final talking drum for your batch in this Gulder Ultimate Search. Step forward.
This meant that Ife and Kessiena were going home without anything.
I hereby ordain 3 of you champions.
The winners of Batch C are Sunday Gyang, Olanrewaju Alawoki, and Fejiro Ejogbamo. So, Kevin, Promise, Anastasia, Tony, Anthony, Christopher, Sunday, Fejiro, and Olanrewaju are our final 9 contestants. There is one place left to be filled by the winner between the viewers' favorites, Patience, Theodora, and Geraldine. It is time for the final showdown of the viewers' favorites.
Well, welcome back. This is your final chance, the one last chance you have to move into the contest of champions, should you make it through. And Geraldine is in last place at the moment.
The game is getting tighter as some contestants lose time while others gain. Theodora starts running in circles again.
And the other 2 still have quite a bit of work to do.
Patience is the next to scale ladder.
Patience is making her way up the first set. She's still a bit nauseous. She's got a couple of oranges in her bag. Geraldine and Theodora are still hammering away. Her flag is on the way up. Will she be first?
Patience raises the flag.
Yes! Wow!
The champions that will go into the final of the Contest of Champions are Kevin, Promise, Anastasia, Tony, Anthony, Christopher, Sunday, Fejiro, Olanrewaju, and Patience. It is the moment our 10 champions have been waiting for. After spending time in the jungle to become the best 3 in their batch, they are driving towards the starting line, where they will meet with Bob Manuel Udoku and Dare to set them off into the jungle. With the dust caused by the harmattan swirling around them, they reach the end of the line for motorized transport and tackle the rest of the way by foot. Of tens of thousands of people who entered this competition, 30 were selected. From that 30 came 10. Those are the lucky champions who will contest for the final prize of Maximilian's second helmet. A strange silence has fallen over the contestants. Everybody is wondering what lays ahead. Will it be them to raise the cherished helmet of the general? With our 10 champions in the jungle to battle it out for one position everybody aspires to, the ultimate hero, it is time to see what the first challenge has to offer.
Right now, we are getting ready for our first task in the final contest of champions. And I'm a little bit tense because, you know, I know for a fact that it's going to be a whole lot more tougher than what we experienced in our respective batches.
Sincerely speaking, I'm blank this morning and I don't know what to expect because this is the contest of champions and I'm sure it's going to get tougher.
A quick analysis of the game. The first structure is beneficial to smaller-bodied people and those with agility. Second up is the bridge, where we will see who has balance and who has not. The third element of the game tests upper body strength.
Champions, it's time to turn on the adrenaline. At the very end, when you finish this task, just rally around the red drum. Remember one word as you start this task: consequences. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. You may begin now.
After hooking themselves in, they start to follow the rope that is swirled around the poles, with the first contestants almost swinging in unison over the first pole. Then it's a quick underneath, with Christopher showing perfect balance and control. Fijiro's grace may not be that defined, but he's getting the job done. They weave in and out between the poles attached to the rope. This game uses a lot of muscles that you didn't know you had. Both Christopher and Anthony are doing well. Christopher is the first to finish the first leg of the challenge and moves on to the bridge. Giang is not where he likes to be, and that is in front. Leaving the rest covered in dust, Christopher tackles the third element of the game, the one that tests upper body strength, followed closely by Anthony and Giang. He still shows complete upper body control and wins easily, followed by Anthony and Giang. While they celebrate, it is a determined Tony Horsefall that comes rearing from behind and looks like he's running with his hands. He ends fourth. Promise ends fifth at the hand walk-in, but it is Kevin's superior upper body strength that makes him pass her easily.
Well, the Order of Heroes don't consider second chance in this contest of champions, and therefore both of you go back to the camp, pack your things, kick over your totem poles, leave the camp immediately, for this is your eviction from this Gulder Ultimate Search. Go now.
You called so many times that you had finished. And each time I was hoping that that would actually be the last time, but it didn't happen. Gang, well, it's time for you to go back into the jungle, pack your bags, pull down your totem. You're hereby evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Search, the contest of champions. Your journey ends here. Promise? You finished. You finished quite all right. But promise you didn't finish on time. You took forever between you and Giang.
Kevin is not happy.
Sadly, you are to go back into the jungle to pack your bags, pull down your totem, say your goodbyes, as you are hereby evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Search, the contest of champions. Both Giang and Promise haven't shown today that they're quite the champions that they're expected to be. Tony and Fejiro, you may turn around and go. Goodbye.
Take care.
Without much ado, Fejiro and Tony are evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Search, the contest of champions.
There goes our three champions. Kevin, Christopher, and Anastasia.
Check the left. Annie.
I found something. Guys.
I was fast.
At the junction where the two rocks meet, Anastasia finds the next clue.
Says
Close to a gory village, the one you're not allowed to pillage, you'll find an ancient temple. There you may be rewarded with a prize that's boarded and corded. The person who solves the clue first and then finds the treasure will be the hero. Instead of following the instructions and determining exactly where it is, everybody is grasping around, hoping to be lucky.
I found it!
Christopher finds it.
Somebody has found it. Who is it?
I found it! Ah!
It looks like Christopher has found it. Or is it?
Ah! Yes! Yes!
Oh, yes. Indeed.
Yeah!
It is Christopher.
Ah!
Christopher Okechukwu Okabwe has found the box. Okechukwu?
Sir!
That is the box. Inside that box is the great General Maximilian's second golden helmet. Inside that helmet is a secret which you will read out to the whole world on a party being prepared for you, fit for the kings. Therefore, by the powers conferred on me by the Order of Heroes and the Council of Elders, Christopher Okechukwu Okabwe, I hereby declare you the ultimate hero. Celebrate! Yes!
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 Yes! Yes! David! Ah!